some new news from Kelly's Choice. You got some more updates, right?
Oh, a lot's going on. We got our first check for the nutrition education for all. So we are going to be able to teach pre-K in Syracuse inner city schools coming up in the fall. Super excited about that. And we have a lot coming. There's a women's innovation summit that we're putting on July 23rd in Atlas, New York. We're really excited about that. People flying in from all over to talk about the innovations and different technologies and the food. I mean, there's just a lot of cool things coming up. So if you haven't seen it, go to, I think we were going to post it on our website, on LinkedIn, and you can get tickets. And it doesn't cost anything. We're just asking for donations. Really excited to get that Innovations Summit kicked off. And we're going to try to make it an annual event, which will be really fun too. But lots of fun things like speaking. My daughter graduated high school. We got through that. We started a fun show with a chef. I mean, there's just lots of fun things that are going on, and summer's here.
All right, so let's talk about the event. What do you have planned at the event?
So at the event, it's going to be in the morning, which I think is going to make it easier for people because in the summer, no one wants to go to something at night. So it's 8:30 to 11, and there's going to be three separate panels. My panel is going to be talking about the innovations in wellness and how we are interacting with the community. That's going to be one of the first things, talking about the 1115 waiver, talking about how foods get delivered. There's going to be someone that's developed their own women's network. So that's going to be kind of fun on my panel. The other panel is all about the new technology in women's health, from how we're doing mammograms now and pap smears, kind of all women's stuff. And then there's going to be a third panel that's going to be on everything about the GLP-1s, from the broker side to the PBMs, the pharmacy spend side, a whole panel talking about that as well. So it's going to be really interesting, going to be kind of flying through. Each panel is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, and we're going to learn a ton of information.
And that's what you do at Kelly's Choice is educate, right?
L education. Yep.
Other any other news to report for our audience?
New news. I had to get readers for the first time. You like them? So some fun readers
Nice. Okay.
that I can actually see. So now these are next to my bedside and in my, so I'm like, I became old overnight that I realized that readers would help, and they sadly do, like, actually help. So I think that's a big change. Yeah. So keeping it real, right? Of where we are, but there's just a lot happened in the last past week. So kind of glad that we got through that. It was great. Everything worked out with graduation and trying to work full time, changing over at Airbnb that it was actually like insane. But got it done. Family all helped out, and work's going great. So
All right, that's fantastic. Now,
yeah.
thinking about July, what is the big month in nutrition for July? Do you have?
So
Mhm.
yeah, we're doing TV next week called Summer Essentials. So we really love Summer Essentials, talking about Summer Essentials. Hydration's always a big one for that. But it's really fun to just keep it open and going. I mean, it's also, fun party on the boat, talking about that, what grilling out, what are the do's and don'ts. So it's a really fun month. I mean, we live in central New York, so we live for the month of July and August.
Because warm.
Yeah,
Just a little too hot today.
it's 93, it says right now. Yeah,
Yeah, we went from one extreme to the next in two
we did.
weeks.
We did. We really did. But I'm excited for the heat and for things to dry up because it was a rainy spring. So I'm excited to my daughter was out on the paddleboard yesterday. I mean, we jumped right into summer.
Now, thinking about specifically the month, how do people stick to their diets in the summer? Do you think people do well sticking to the routine of
Well, I
nutrition in
think
the
this is the
summer?
time. I was really surprised. We had our team meeting this morning. We had the highest number of private practices ever. And so I think this is a really great time. You might, have a little bit more time, especially like if you're a teacher or something like that and you have your summers off, this is a great time to dive in because you can get a dietitian during the day, evening, or weekend. It's going to keep you on track so that you're just more mindful. And that's, I really think, of why the dietitian services are so helpful in the summer is to keep you mindful about what you're eating. So when you're intentional about what you're putting in your mouth and you're like, okay, I'm going to have that glass of rosé or whatever it is, be intentional about it.
Okay. And so the intentional, because wine can become very calorie counting, right?
It can, and you can overdo. So this is where, maybe adding a seltzer in between or adding some fun bubbles to it, or there's like little fun tricks the dietitians can help you to
Really. So tell us some fun tricks. What would be some
do.
fun tricks to make sure you don't drink too much? Or if you drink too much, you don't gain so much weight because of it.
Well, I learned this years ago. This woman, she was my husband's aunt, and she always added plain seltzer to her wine. It literally cuts the calories in half. And it makes it fun, it makes it effervescent. And I thought that that was such a brilliant idea. Plus, if you're using like seltzers, you can do it like in between drinks. So it really slows down and keeps you hydrated. And you could even add, like, if you're doing like vodka or tequila drinks, you can use seltzers there. Stay away from the tonics, stay away from the sodas. Those are going to jack up those calories very, very quickly.
Yeah, soda can be, especially if you're thirsty and you're thinking you're so hot, but then you're putting in 300, 400, 500 calories to drinks. They can be just so high
That's
calorie.
right. That's right. And that's true of like different iced teas, lemonades that are out there. Some of your lemonades are going to be just as high in sugar as your sodas. A lot of people don't know that. So just watch those beverages. I think that's one of the easiest ways to make sure you're watching that waistline and still having fun.
All right. Best place to go, kellyschoice.org. And I look forward to your August updates. Is that when you're going to say, oh my gosh, it's back to school time soon?
Well, it's going to be very exciting because I'll be taking my daughter to school over in England. So we're really excited.
All
We're going
right.
to be having some European vacations. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thanks again, Kelly.